Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Heroes and Men. Today, I want to talk about a quote by Aristotle. And the quote is, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Um First of all, Aristotle is one of my favorite philosophers for obvious reasons. But I love the Greeks in general just because I think that they understood the human condition far better, actually, than we do today. There's a bunch of really weird new think stuff that's going on out there that I don't think is terribly useful to us. And it's funny that people that lived 3,000 years ago understood, already figured this out, and they basically just like put it all down, or it was passed down from one generation to the next for thousands of years, obviously. And there's like this element, I think, now of in our society of sort of throwing out this age old wisdom that's here for us to learn from and to live optimally. Um, but specifically in terms of knowing yourself, I think it's really difficult now because we're so distracted, by technology and social media and all the news and stuff that's going on, that it's very difficult to hear your own thoughts and the things that actually come from you. It's never been easier to distract yourself from your own thoughts, and I definitely noticed that with myself. Like I started walking, started just going for like 45-minute walks, no cell phone, nothing in my pockets, no wallet, no nothing. I just go out. I live in front of a wood here in New York City. Believe it or not, there's a forest in New York City at the very top of the mountain, Manhattan. Anyway, and what I started to notice is that I had a lot of ruminating thoughts, a lot of negative stuff, but also things that aren't terribly useful for me. And I really do believe that the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. People have said it, but it's true. You actually attract the things into your life, or at the very least, the thoughts determine your emotions, and your emotions determine your behavior patterns, right? And so, if you have a garbage mindset, then you're gonna have a garbage life. There's no other way around it. Like, there's no way for you to be an exceedingly negative person and have a good life. I think that you can figure certain things out for sure, maybe money or maybe relationships or whatever. But I think that the quality of your thoughts on a daily basis and who you are by yourself when there's no one around, I really do believe that is what determines your life, and eventually it'll manifest itself either in your body, um, in your relationships, in your life. It'll all come to a head, and this has happened to me in my life. As I've stated before, I'm in a transition period for sure for myself. I'm going to be leaving New York City, and I'm going to go to some place for a while, and then I'm going to go travel. Um, but I had dedicated my life to something for a long time, and it didn't really work out the way that I thought it was going to work out. And I think a large reason why it didn't work out for me is because I didn't take the time to really understand what it is that I believed, what it is that I wanted, what was actually important to me, um, and how to go about getting that for myself in my life. And so what ended up happening, I was just like, I would, I'd sort of get pushed around like a pinball machine. You know what I mean? I would go from one shiny object to the next. I still pursued my career, um, but I didn't dig deeply. And I didn't dig deeply because I didn't want to shut off. I didn't want to. I didn't want it to be quiet. I kept distracting myself with things. I kept constantly. It was if it wasn't social media, it was movies, TV, fucking whatever. Uh, and I couldn't sit with myself with my own thoughts. And recently I've started to really detox from dopamine and stuff. Just shut off my phone in the morning. or when I go to bed at night. So it's a little bit harder for me to go ahead and just jump right on the phone. And then I go on these walks. And what I learned from, the last 10 to 15 years of pursuing this thing in my life is that, one, guilt and shame and whatever doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't help you at all. The negative self-talk and the hating yourself or whatever, it doesn't help you. And you probably have nothing to be ashamed of, even if you did something shameful, in the sense that, at least in my case, my own standard of shame may not be somebody else's standard of shame, right? And the decisions you made in the moment were the best decisions you could have made with the information you had. Andrew Tate says, "You don't know what you don't know." John Sonmez has also said it, and those are pretty smart guys. And if you're struggling with sort of maybe your life isn't where you want it to be, or things you just keep running into brick walls, or things aren't really working out for you, I'd say go for a walk. And it seems like it's such a stupid, simple thing, but I think that doing that and being alone with yourself and really observing your thoughts and realizing, like, what is it that I actually believe? What do I actually think? And what thought patterns are serving me? What thought patterns are actually holding me back and preventing me from living the sort of life that I actually want to live? And the other thing is be prepared to let those things go. I knew that I held on to a lot of resentment in my life, and that definitely has held me back, and that has sabotaged many of the things that I wanted in my life. Because somehow I wanted to revenge myself on people, but in actuality, I was actually hurting myself. Being prepared to let those things go, because at one point they served you. They were crutches, and you needed them to survive. But there is a point where that stuff starts to hurt you. So that's what I'm going to say on that is, if you're feeling like your life isn't really working out or things could actually be better, I think that putting this stuff down, the technology or whatever, and going on these walks and really, really allow the thoughts to bubble up to the surface, and just pay attention to what's going on with you emotionally and psychologically, and see what stuff comes up, because eventually stuff will come up. The subconscious is always, I think, trying to communicate with us and showing us what it is that we need to, where we need to go. But we need to be willing to witness and see the signs and not push it away. So, all right, guys, thank you. Of Heroes and Men. Check out my podcast. I got some other guests coming on. And, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. And, we're all trying to do this thing together, man. Peace.